In an obvious attempt to exploit the success of my first video, Taipei, Taiwan, 5 things you should know before you visit, here's 5 more things you should know before you visit Taipei, Taiwan. So yes guys, it's true. Women cleaners do go into the men's washrooms at MRT stations, train stations, and some shopping malls here in Taipei and the rest of Taiwan. And for that matter, countries in East Asia and Southeast Asia. Now, Taiwanese are going to get a kick out of this, but if you're coming from a Western country especially, it's a little bit of a shock at first when you're at the urinal and you see a woman coming up behind you with a mop. Now, trust me, they're not interested in looking at your junk. They just want to do their job. But if it does bother you, use a private stall. And as you're walking out, if you do get a wink, take it as a compliment. Taipei is a very safe city. In fact, you may find it more safe than your own hometown. Very little crime directed at tourists. At the most, it's petty theft. Generally pickpocketing in busy tourist night markets. Taipei is very well lit at night. There's lots of CCTV cameras everywhere. There's a police presence, but it's not overbearing. And there's lots of local friendly people willing to help you out if you look lost. Taiwan is in an earthquake zone, so there are frequent earthquakes and aftershocks, but usually they just amount to a little bit of shaking in your hotel room bed. Taiwan is also in Typhoon Alley, so on average during the typhoon season between roughly July and November, there's about 4 typhoons. But if you're in Taipei, the worst case scenario is you're going to end up hunkering down in your hotel for a few hours, and you may experience a flight delay, but that's about it. What you really have to be careful of in Taipei are the drivers, whether they're in cars, on motorbikes, or buses, or taxis. The drivers here are very aggressive, and if you come from a country where pedestrian has right of way, they kind of don't feel the same way here. When you get a green light, before you cross the street, just wait a few seconds. Drivers here are notorious for running red lights. During the busy rush hours in Taipei, many intersections have either Taipei police or traffic control, as you can hear by the whistle, controlling the traffic and ensuring the safety of everyone. The currency in Taiwan is the NTD, or New Taiwan Dollar, and the currency exchange business here is highly regulated, making it a little more inconvenient to exchange your cash. There are no private currency exchangers in Taiwan. If you need to exchange your cash, you can go to bank branches, some hotels if you're a guest, and some department stores. And by the way, businesses in Taiwan are not allowed to accept any other form of currency other than the NTD. And not all bank branches exchange all currencies, and department stores have limited currencies they'll exchange as well. So if you're holding Canadian dollars, Korean won, or Malaysian ringgit, you're going to find it a little more challenging to exchange your cash, especially on the weekends. If you're coming from South Asia, bring US dollars or euros. The good news is the rates are consistent. For example, the Bank of Taiwan offers the same exchange rates at their airport counters as they do at their main branch I'm outside of here in Taipei City. Now, for some reason, if you can't exchange your cash when you get to the airport, the other alternative is to come to the main branch of the Bank of Taiwan here in Taipei, where I'm outside of right now. They have the widest selection of currencies available for exchange, and their hours are 9 to 3:30 Monday to Friday. Many ATM machines in Taipei and Taiwan take international banking cards and credit cards, so there's no worry there. My advice there is stay away from the ATMs in the 7-Elevens. They charge 100 NT service fee. Taipei City gets absolutely insane on the weekends. Now you're probably thinking, doesn't any big East Asian city? Well, that's true, but for some reason, Taipei City just absolutely swells and explodes. Local people want to get out and do fun things. People travel from across the island to visit Taipei during the weekend, and now it's a very popular weekend getaway for people across Southeast Asia and Japan and Korea. So expect long lineups at cafes, restaurants, and crowded MRT stations and trains. So there's not much you can do about the long lineups at cafes and restaurants and the general craziness of a weekend in Taipei. But if you do plan on being here during a weekend, especially a long weekend, and you want to do some long distance travel, especially by train, make sure you book your tickets well in advance. I have been walking for an hour in Taipei and I still can't find a trash can. That would have been me when I first came to Taipei. Now, one of the reasons why Taipei is considered one of the cleanest cities in Asia is there are very few trash bins out on the streets. So if you need to get rid of your trash, don't walk around the streets because you'll just get really frustrated trying to find a trash bin. Go to either an MRT station, a shopping mall, or a train station. Or if you're at a convenience store picking up something, you can get rid of your trash there too. And please don't litter. There's fines for littering, and it's really easy to get caught. There's CCTV cameras virtually everywhere around Taipei. The public is actually paid to report on littering incidents. And smokers, discarded cigarette butts are considered littering as well. So please don't litter, be a good guest, and keep Taipei clean. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. You know, Taipei is really an awesome place to visit. The people are so friendly here, and it's such a convenient city. I hope you have a wonderful stay while you're in Taipei, Taiwan. And if you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos like this on Taiwan, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and South Asia, subscribe to my channel now. Thanks again. This is John Sabo from Taipei. 谢谢, bye-bye. Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.